Good morning students. In our previous video, we have discussed how to arrange the number in tabular form by using telemarks and frequency. Today we are going to discuss about bar graph and histogram. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the bar graph. Student, bar graph is a pictorial representation of numerical data in the form of rectangles, and these rectangles only called bars. And these rectangles are in equal width and different height. Okay, and students, in bar, whatever the bar we are using, that is the one type of rectangle. Okay, and the difference between these rectangles is the same of, for example, if we keep the distance of 1 centimeter, that means the distance will remain same. Student, here is in front of you, this is the one picture of bar graph, and in bar graph we use the two lines that is perpendicular to each other. So the vertical line, which is the vertical line, that is said to be y-axis, and the horizontal line, it's said to be x-axis. Okay, on the x-axis we write information about the graph, what information they have given. For example, in this information they have given about the items, which type of the items, like food, education, rent, entertainment, miscellaneous, and saving. So these are the items they have given. And on the y-axis we always shows the numbers. That's mean they have given how much that person spent on items. So here they have given the amount that is spent by that person. Okay, and then after, students, you have observed here the difference between the two bars always remains same, and we will draw the bar by leaving the same distance. Here you observe they have leaved in starting the same 2 centimeter they are leaving to make this bar. So students, keep remember, always take equal distance between the two bars. And here we observe the width of each bar is equal, but the height is difference. Okay, so I repeat again, bar graph is a pictorial representations of rectangles having the same width but different height. Okay students, and then after, here is very important about the scaling. Scaling represent that is the 1 centimeter indicate for the how much, and this is the very important part of bar graph, because if you will not put the scale, so how the observer should understand whatever the things is the bar is representing. So the scaling is very important. So before draw a bar graph, we have to decide about the scale, and we have to mention this scale on the top corner, right top corner of your bar graph. Okay, so let's start how to construct or how to draw the bar graph with the help of exercise number 1 of 17.2. 17.2, the first question is given, number of shirts sold by a shopkeeper on a particular day is given, and we have to represent this information with the help of bar graph. So they have given the size of shirts, 32 size having 12 shirts, 34 size 16 shirt, 36 size 24 shirt, and 38 size 18 shirt, and 40 size 10 shirts. So students, we can draw the bar graph on a plain page also and on a graph page also. So here I am going to explain how to draw a bar graph on a plain page. Okay, let's see. As I discussed, in bar graph we include the two lines that is perpendicular to each other, that is, one is horizontal line that's said to be x-axis. So I have drawn the one horizontal line and mark here on 1 centimeter. So I mark on it 1 centimeter. Okay, and the another line is a perpendicular on it, that is vertical line, and this line said to be y-axis. Okay, same mark for the 1 centimeter over it. So this is y-axis and this is x-axis. So first of all, we write about that what information providing by the bar graph. So this one is size of shirt. X-axis giving information regarding size of shirts. And y-axis is giving information about the number of shirts. So here we will indicate number of shirts. Okay. And student, here we observe that the number whatever they have given is the multiple of 2. Okay. So here we can take the 1 centimeter for the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And otherwise we can take for the 4 also. Okay. So let's take, so here we will write 1 centimeter represent 4 shirts. Students, any scaling you can take. If you will take the small scale, then your bar graph will become, the height of the bar graph will increase. And if you will take the small scales, then the height of the bar graph will decrease. So here I took the difference of the 4, 8, 10, 12, 16, 20. Okay, here will come 12. 28 and so on. Okay. Now student, as I told, when we draw the bar graph, we start the bar graph by leaving the one block. So I am leaving here the 1 centimeter and the first is size 32 represent the 12. So observe the 12 is here. So draw your rectangle, draw your bar till 12. Okay. Now the first bar constructed, and here downside we will write this shows the size 32. Then to draw the second bar, we have to leave again 1 centimeter. The second is representing 16. Okay, so 16 will be here. Now 16. Okay, third is this is the size number 34. Third size is 36. Again leave the one bar and it's still 24. So we have to draw this till 24. Okay friends, now we have drawn. So here we will write this is size number 36. This is till 12, till 16 and till 24. Next is size 38 till 18. Student, 18 we didn't mark. So what we have to do? We divide this in 4 equal parts. 16 to 20. So in 4 equal parts. So where will be 18 indicate? Here. This difference easily you can take in your graph copy because they have given the marking for each one. So it might be here 18. Okay. And this one is size number 38. And the last one is size number 40 having 10. So 8 divided in 2 equal parts. So here it will represent 10. Okay, now join this one. Now, students, we have drawn our bar graph according to the given informations. So now our bar graph is complete. Okay, now the question number 2 is same type of question number 1. In the question number 2 also they have given some information regarding the games that played by 300 students in a school, and on the behalf of this one you have to draw a one bar graph. So students, same like a question number 1. So solve this question by yourself. Okay students, now let's move to the another one. After bar graph, our next topic is histogram. Student, histogram is also a graphical representations of a frequency distribution, and same here also we use the form of rectangles, and these rectangles with the class intervals as a base. That's mean we show the class interval on x-axis and the corresponding frequencies as height. That's mean frequencies we show as on y-axis as a height of graph, And students, in bar graph we are keeping a gap between the two bars, but in histogram there is no gap between any two successive rectangles. How? Now I am going to show a one picture of histogram. This is the example of histogram, students. In this example, as we observe, here they have given the class intervals. How class interval? 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60 and 60 to 70. And this shows about the marks. Okay, and this is the y axis which shows the height of these rectangles. Okay, the same number of students, the number of things we are representing on this y axis, and same scale also we are taking in this. That scale, how much scale we have taken, that also we have to mention. And student, one more thing that I want to explain in histogram, if that class interval not start from 0, then what we will do that time? So in that time we use a small pictures like a kink. Okay, what we call that one? Kink. And how to this one? This kink is like this one zigzag line. This is the kink, and this kink shows that is a gap between the class interval, huge gap between the class intervals, and then after we start the continuous class interval. So make this more clear. Let's solve the one question from our exercise. Now question number 3 of exercise 17.2. In question number 3 they have given 3 dice were thrown, the outcomes noted and added the result that given below, and 4 players played the game 10 times each. Their score they have given 5, 7, 9, 8, 6, 12 and so on. So student, in this question, first of all, divide this data into class interval of size 3. That's mean whatever the class interval we are going to take, the difference between these one is 3, and then after we have to draw a histogram. So first we write the class interval. Then after we are going to draw this one tally marks, and the last one is our frequency. Okay, as they have given, we have to take the class interval of size 3. So we can observe here the smallest number is 3. So we can start from 2 to 5. As you observe, the difference between 2 and 5 is 3. Okay, then after again 5 to 8, 8 to 11, 11 to 14, we have taken the difference of 3. Then 14 to 17, and as we observe the highest number is 18. Okay, so here we will take from 17 to 20, and student we include 2 to 5 all the numbers from the number 2, 3 and 4, because 5 will be included in the next interval. So 2 to 5 they have given 5. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we have write 5. 5 to 8 they have given 9 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here we will write 9. Then after they have given 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Student, you have to count from these numbers and then find out this one. Okay. After that they have given 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The next one is 5. 6 again, and again they have given only 6 numbers. Okay, now students, we have drawn our frequency distribution table. On the behalf of this frequency distribution table, we are going to construct our histogram. So how? Let's see. So first of all, same students, we have to draw our x-axis and y-axis. So this is our x-axis, mark on 1 centimeter. According to the intervals we have to mark. So here it divide in 6 intervals. Okay, so this much is enough. Same here, the vertical line which represent the numbers, and mark here also the 1 centimeter. Okay, so as we observe in our distribution table, the numbers start from 2, not from 0. So what we will do here, we will draw here a kink. Okay, this is kink, and directly here we can start from the 2. Okay, then 2, after 5, 8, 11, 14, 17 and 20, then after 23, 26, so on. And when here the number is not given more than 10, so here we can take the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. First class interval they have given between 2 to 5 and the height is 5. So here we can draw easily the height of 5. 5 will come between 6 and 4. So here we have drawn 5. Okay, this is the first histogram rectangle. Then after 5 to 8 they have given 9. So same 9 will come between 8 and 10. And student, as I told, there is no gap between the rectangles. They will draw without gap. Then after 8 to 11, 8. So we have to draw till 8. Drawn. Okay. Then after 11 to 14, 6. 6 will come here. Okay. This is 6. As we observe, the last all the 3 numbers having the 6, 6 and 6. So all the 3 rectangles will 6, 6 and 6. So we will draw all the 3 by 6. The same size. Okay. Now students, we have drawn the histogram. Scaling we have taken 1 centimeter equals to 2 number. Yeah, otherwise 2 points we can see. So this is our scaling, and this shows the class intervals. And this one shows the points. Okay. Now the question number 4. Question number 4 is exactly like a question number 3 only. Same in this question also we have to draw the frequency distribution table, and then after we have to draw a histogram. Okay. Now come on question number 5. In question number 5, students, they have given in a stadium, annual function of the school was being organized where parents and grandparents of the participant were invited. Number of the persons of different age group who attended the function as shown in the histogram below. So, students, they have shown this information with the help of this histogram. And by observing this histogram, students, we have to give the answer of the given question. First question, what was the age group of maximum number of parents who attended the function? So maximum, we observe the height. The maximum height is 500. So in answer we can write that mean 30 to 40. In the class interval of 30 to 40, 500 parents attended the function. Maximum 500. Next question, how many senior citizen attended? Senior citizen means the person age group of 60 to 70. So how many? There are 100 because we observe till 100. So here we can write 100. The next question, what was the total number of person in the function? So to find the total number of the function, we have to add the all numbers. Okay, and when we add the all numbers, here is 100, 500, then after 350, 150 and 100. the sum will get 1200. Okay. The last question, what is the scale used along OY? That's mean on the y-axis what scale we have used. So here we can write, we have observed that 1 centimeter for 100%. So here we can write 1 centimeter equals to 100%. This scaling we have used in this one. Okay. So student, the rest question of this exercise is like that only, like question number 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So student, these questions you have to solve by yourself and along with the question number 2nd and 4th. Okay. For today, this much only. Thank you, students.